Hi everyone, Mackie79 here and welcome to this new deck tech video of Magic Duels. And it's the first time that I make a video of Kaladesh expansion. Now, it took a while before I got to Kaladesh because I was on vacation. It seems that my wife always plans holidays while there's a release of an expansion, but I'm not complaining. Anyway, that's why it took a while. And because I haven't got time to playtest that much yet. I just updated it one of my old decks to begin with, and that's the Izzet Artifact deck that I had since Origins. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. I still play 3 copies of the Alchemist Vial. I still think it's a great card. It's from Origins, it's not a new card. It lets me filter, draw a card, and a target creature can't attack or block if you sack it and you pay 1. So it's pretty decent card, and it works well with, still works well with, with Artificer's Epiphany here, but we will get right to that in a minute. Then this is a new card, the Harnessed Lightning. I play 3 copies, and for 2 mana we get an instant speed removal card. We get to choose a target creature, we get 3 energy counters, and then we may pay any amount of energy counters, and then this card deals that much damage to that creature. Now that's pretty good. So basically what you will do if you don't have any energy counters is you can maximum deal 3 damage to a creature. Now if you already have some counters, then you can take out a bigger creature. For example, I don't play a lot of energy cards in this deck, just a few. But for example, if I play this on a creature with 1 toughness, yeah, I still get 2 energy counters left, and then my next one I can burn a creature for 5 damage. So it's pretty decent, and the energy counter seems quite fun to experiment with. And I think also instant removal now with the vehicles and everything is kind of important, more important than sorcery speed removal. Then Twin Bolt, I play 4 copies, and yeah, you guys know that I like this card. I never stopped liking it. And even now with all those Thopters, those servers or whatever it's called, those tokens, those 1/1 artifact creatures around, this one just gets better. There are also a bit more creatures with 1 toughness, if I got it right. Anyway, I still like it, and you can do phase damage to your opponent with it as well. You can finish him off if he's low on health. So yeah, still a great card and great value. Also 2 mana, pretty decent. Then a new card, Pia Nalaar. It's only the mother now. That's still there. For 3 mana we get a 2/2, and when she enters the battlefield she creates a 1/1 Thopter Artifact with flying, and then she's got a few abilities left. For 2 mana and a red we can give a target artifact creature +1/+0 until end of turn, or we can sacrifice something and then target creature can block this turn. So the second ability is a bit like the Vial. So if you want to come through with all your creatures, then it's a possibility. Then the Thopter Engineer, also 3 mana on a red. Yeah, once again, this is still an awesome card if you play artifacts. It gives them haste, and you get a 1/1 artifact creature, and his body is a 1/3, which is already pretty good if you gotta go on defense. So yeah, this is just a must. As you can see, there are still some cards from Origins that are kept in this deck. Another new one though is the Whirler Virtuoso. Oh my god. Anyway, it's 3 mana, a blue and a red, and we get a 2/3 body, which is also pretty decent because he's got an ability, gets 3 energy counters. I mean, you get 3 energy counters when he hits the field, and if you pay 3 we can make a colorless Thopter Artifact creature, and the nice thing about it is that we can do that on instant speed. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Also, if we decide not to do that, We can potentially burn a creature for 6 if we play the Harnessed Lightning. So there are a few more possibilities with those energy counters. It's a bit more diverse. Then, yeah, something to buff all those Thopters. Chief of the Foundry, artifact creatures you control get +1/+1 for 3 mana, 2/3. Still does the job. Then the Epiphany, I talked about it a little bit. I'm just gonna draw 2 cards, and if we have no artifacts, then we have to discard a card. But most of the time we will have an artifact. Then the Exquisite Firecraft. It's I still like this one as well, but it's a bit yeah, I'm a bit in doubt about this one. But it does deal 4 damage to a creature or player, which is pretty nice, and preferably to the player because we want to get this over with as fast as possible. And it can be countered if you get spell mastery going on, and that's actually one of the reasons why I still play it. Because I don't know if control is still a thing. I think the meta is more aggressive and less control, but I haven't played enough to be sure of that. So, but the cards in Kaladesh all seem pretty fast and pretty aggressive, so I don't know if it's got any value, this Firecraft. But yeah, 4 damage is for 3 is pretty nice. Then a new Planeswalker, Saheeli Rai, or Ray. For 3 mana, a Planeswalker is pretty cheap. We get 3 counters on her, and we get the +1 ability Scry 1, and she deals 1 damage to each opponent. So yeah, it's okay. It's an okay ability. Scry 1 is always good, and the 1 damage, yeah, okay. It's damage to the player, so it's always good as well. But it doesn't defend her. She has some difficulty to defend herself, and with all the Thopters going on, you should be able to defend her. But yeah, that's a negative aspect of this Planeswalker. But yeah, it's also only 3 mana, so you can't expect too much of it. Then the -2 ability though is pretty great. You can get to create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, and except it's an artifact in addition, and then it gains haste, and exile it at the beginning of the next end step. So pretty aggressive and great ability if you combine it with enter the battlefield ability of that creature that you copy. Then that's pretty awesome. Or you can, for example, copy for example this one, and then you get another +1/+1 buff on your creatures, I mean on your artifacts. And then the -7 ability is also pretty nuts. You get to search your library for up to 3 artifact cards with different names, put them onto the battlefield, and then shuffle your library, which is pretty awesome. And I used it quite a lot already with when I tested this deck. Yeah, and pretty nice. Then the Whirler Rogue, 4 mana, 2 blue, still great card. Hasn't lost his value. Pretty good card. 2/2 and 2 1/1 Thopter artifacts in the air, and another ability that target creature can be blocked this turn. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's still an awesome card. Then also Pia and Kiran Nalaar with the father. Yeah, bit the same as a Whirler Rogue. You get a 2/2 body and 2 Thopters in the air, but you can also sacrifice an artifact, and then you get to deal 2 damage to a creature or a player. Yeah, once again, still great card, and I don't see the need to get one of these out actually. Still pretty awesome. Then the Spy Network, Thopter Spy Network, also still pretty damn good in this deck. It's a draw engine, and you get Thopters, so that's what we want. We get a Thopter at the beginning of our upkeep if we have an artifact, so that's also good. One of the reasons why I play the Vial still. This one, I mean, Alchemist Vial. One of the reasons why I play that. Yeah, and when we get to deal damage with an artifact creature to a player, we get to draw a card, so pretty nice. Then the new Planeswalker Chandra, Torch of Defiance, and she's actually pretty nuts. For 4 mana to red, we get a Planeswalker with 4 counters on it, and she got 2 +1 abilities. And the first one, we get to exile the top card of our library, and we can cast that card. And if we don't, she deals 2 damage to each opponent. So that's pretty nice, because basically that's kinda yeah, a card advantage, and if you need the damage, yeah, you can do it as well. So pretty diverse there. And then the other +1 ability, as the first one wasn't enough already, it adds 2 red to your mana pool, and yeah, that's bonkers. You can play this, still play a Harnessed Lightning, for example, to protect her, or and the turn after you can use a double red to your mana pool to ramp to something bigger. Yeah, it's pretty. I think it's a bit too much, but hey, that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Then the -3 ability, she deals 4 damage to a target creature, so she can defend herself in multiple ways. And then the -7, yeah, you get an emblem, and whenever you cast a spell, this emblem deals 5 damage to target creature or player. So yeah, that's game winning, like all those damn emblems. Anyway, yeah, pretty nuts. I think this is the best version of Chandra up to date. Chandra Flamecaller was already pretty damn strong and still is, but that was 6 mana. This is only 4, and it's really bonkers. Anyway, on to the next card, Torrential Gearhulk. Yeah, I wanted to put some fatties in it, because yeah, if I can use this ability to ramp a bit, or if I can use Saheeli's last ability or second ability or whatever, then those Gearhulks are pretty nice to use, and those are the most expensive cards in this deck. Now the blue Gearhulk does as flash, so that's pretty strong. And when he enters the battlefield, you can cast a target instant card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. Now that's not gonna be something pretty broken, but yeah, if we can draw some cards, that's nice. If we can burn him, oh no, it's sorcery speed. Sorry, it only works with instant speed. If it would work with sorcery speed, that would be pretty nuts, because then yeah, you can flash this in, do a board wipe with a language, for example. That would be broken, I guess. But you can Twin Bolt, you can Harness Lightning, you can draw some cards, and there are possibilities that you can do. And that's nothing broken, but it's welcome, it's a plus. So yeah, and then you have to exile that card instead of putting it in your graveyard, but that's okay, because we don't have any other graveyard abuse. Then the Combustible Gearhulk, 6 mana, a 6/6 first striker, pretty strong for 6 mana. And then the ability is pretty nuts. When he enters the battlefield, target opponent may have you draw 3 cards. So if he does that, that's good, you get 3 cards. And if he doesn't, you put those top 3 cards into your graveyard, and then he deals damage to that player equal to the total converted mana cost of those cards. So you gotta be really unlucky to draw 3 lands and put those into your graveyard. And the costs of these cards aren't all that high, but it doesn't matter. If it's 3 cards and if it isn't land, if it's all something, it's pretty much, it's a lot of damage. And by that time that you can play him on your 6th turn, or maybe on your 5th if you get Chandra, yeah, then it's pretty nuts. You should be able to win the game with this fellow here, and when you can copy him with Saheeli, it becomes really bonkers. So that's the deck. The land, I play 6 islands, 9 mountains, 2 Sulfur Falls. I still play the Foundry of the Consuls to make some extra Thopters if needed, and some Evolving Wilds to thin the deck out, because I do play 24 lands. 24 lands, I want to get my land drops. Yeah, and that's it, guys. That's the deck. Let's check out the curve real quick. So we don't have any 1-drops, unfortunately, but hey, that's the way it is. Two mana cost cards are 10 of those. I get 10 cards. We play 16 cards that cost 3 mana, and then the curve goes down. 8 cards with 4, and then yeah, no 5-drops, but we do have the 2 Gearhulks, and that's 6 mana. So yeah, and that's about it. It's not really fast. I think actually I made it a bit slower, but it is more powerful. And I think the addition of the Gearhulks is a bit necessary because yeah, you need some fatties, and I just like to play with some fatties, you know. So yeah, I think it's a nice deck. Like I said, I haven't been able to play a lot with Kaladesh yet, but the times that I've played with this deck were pretty fun and consistent, and it seems to do alright. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this deck tech video, and I hope I see you guys at the gameplay video. Hopefully see you there, guys. Bye bye.